So maybe going back into the question that you're asking. So what is our differentiator? And it's our custom sourcing. It's our ability to find experts that are simply not part of any other database. When a client comes to an expert network, they're looking to access insights or key pieces of information. To add on that, it's not only finding experts not part of an existing database, but knowing how to spot the right expert in the shortest period of time that fits the specific knowledge gap of a client. If I'm to compare with a traditional, let's name them, a GLG, an Alpha Sites, a GuidePoint, these guys are great. Don't get me wrong. They're ones that have sort of paved the way for a business like InfoQuest to come in and play. And they are the ones that serve the biggest consulting firms as we speak. But more and more as they've grown, they've heavily relied on their databases. The expert networks talk about our database size. Every single one of them go onto their website and they just tell you how many people are in their database. Sure, great. You have a database. Do you know how to find the right expert in the shortest period of time that fits my exact knowledge gap? If you're a management consultant, if you're an investor, you won't see a list of 50 profiles off the bat that InfoQuest sends you because we have a big database that maybe fits your request. You'll see 2, 3, 4 profiles that really exactly fit what you're looking for.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you think that databases they have a lot of value, but then they reach a certain point where that value plateaus in terms of what good they can bring to a client? Is that something like a right terminology or phrase?
Absolutely, and I don't think it only plateaus; it starts to decline. And I'll highlight this without naming any names. Let's look at the whole life cycle of an expert network. They start with no database, obviously, as InfoQuest is today. Over time, they build, a database that maybe one day, 3, 4, 5 years later, is now 500,000 experts in their database. Now, the best return on their investment is to pull up an expert from a database because it's much less costly to sell you an expert that already exists in my database than to go out in the field and find an expert. And we'll talk a bit about what going out in the field means. So now that's what is incentivized to do, or that's what an individual at any of these larger traditional firms are incentivized to do. It's so much easier for me to check if an existing expert is in my database, send you that profile. But with time, that results in such long lists of irrelevant matches and lower quality for our clients. So I think that's very, very well noted. A bigger database actually sometimes results in the opposite effect.